What's good, gamers? Welcome back to another Fizzy MTG video, guys. We're gonna look at good old black metal. This is the deck that I played in the most recent episode of MTGG, and we're gonna go through it. Actually, technically, I played both decks. Also, stay tuned. We're gonna put this one up as well, or maybe this one up first. I don't know what order these are coming up, but this is the deck that Brandon played in round 1, and I played in round 2, and this is the deck I played in round 1, and he played in round 2. If you want to know how it went, go check out MTGG, baby. Okay. Get that out of there. Let's see now. Oh, darn it. Wait a minute. Have I? Okay, I did. I just got to situate 1 second here. Not worry. It is all good. It is all good. So, oh, wait. Okay. Blam. There we go. Now it's good. We just I have to get all of the PNGs for these, so they were a little bit of a weird order. So let me just zoom on in when I can remember how. Here we go. And we'll go through these one by one as soon as it focuses. Come on, baby. Stop focusing on the boy. Focus on the card. Blammo. Contract Killing. It is 3, a black and a black for a sorcery. Destroy target creature. Create 2 colorless treasure artifact tokens with, obviously, tab, sacrifices artifact. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Making treasures is always good. It can help you ramp if you need it. But what this deck wants to do, and we'll go ahead and sort of skip ahead a little bit. Basically, what this deck wants to do is it wants to create artifacts and sacrifice them in order to do different things. The main one, I would say, being, let's find it here. Where's our boy? Syndicate Trafficker, which, has a really good effect. You can pay 1, sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on it, and it gains indestructible, and can be very useful. But we also have some other things, I think, that uses artifacts. We're just gonna read through, and then we'll kind of talk about sort of what happens, how it happened, roughly. And we'll go over some stuff. We got Battle at the Bridge, X and a black for a sorcery with Improvise. Your artifacts can help cast a spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities pays for 1. Target creature gets -X until the end of turn. You gain X life. So, very nice. Eliminate the competition. 4 and a black for a sorcery as an additional cast to cost. Eliminate the competition. Sacrifice X creatures. Destroy X target creatures. So that's actually really, really useful. You can sacrifice, because this deck will make sort of servo tokens, which are creatures and their artifacts. Sacrifice a couple of those good old, I believe it's servos. Those good old 1/1 creatures. You can make a ton of them and just remove your opponent's entire board. And that's another one. We've got Morbid Curiosity, 1 a black and a black for sorcery as an additional cost to cast the spell. Sacrifice an artifact or a creature. Draw cards equal to the converted mana of the sacrificed permanent. So a little card draw can be useful. Bake into a Pie, one of my favorite removal spells. It's 4 mana and instant. Destroy target creature. And you create a food token. So it's murder, but you get a meal out of it. And it can help you gain life, or you can use the artifact as artifacts matters and shenanigans and all that stuff. We have beautiful 4 of those. We also have Malevolent Noble, which is a 1 and a black for a human noble. You can pay 2, sacrifice an artifact or another creature, put a 1/1 counter on Malevolent Noble, which is very useful in a lot of cases. 2 of those. Next, we have Treasure Keeper for 4 mana, an artifact creature construct. When it dies, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card with converted mana cost 3 or less. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put all the revealed cards not cast this way onto the bottom of your library in a random order. This can help us get our, library, non-land card with converted mana cost 3 or less. Yeah, so I believe this can help us find our Syndicate Trafficker, which is really good. We've got a couple of those. We've got Disfigure. Disfigure is solid. It's 1 drop, and a target creature gets -2/-2 till the end of turn. This is just some easy targeted removal, which can be very helpful. 2 of those. This is a really good card for this deck, in my opinion. 4 black for Human Artificer with Fabricate 3, which means when this creature enters the battlefield, put 3 1/1 counters on it, or create 3 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature tokens. In my opinion, if you have multiple of these, you should have the first one enter the battlefield and put the +1/+1 counters on it, unless you have another way of pumping this creature. Because when an artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to Marionette Master's power. So if it comes in as a 4/7, a 4/6 with Fabricate 3, then bring it in as a 4/6. You've got 4 of these, right? Bring it in, and then whenever you sack your Mir Servitor here, you're going to ping your opponent for 4, plus obviously you don't want to just sack this boy. You want to sack him to the effect of one of your creatures that gets a pump out of it or gets, indestructible, something like that. But through sacking it, you're also going to ping your opponent for 4 every time. There are also 4 of these. There are also 4 Juggernaut. Oh, I didn't read Mir Servitor, sorry. It is a 1-drop Mir with, at the beginning of your upkeep, if Mir Servitor is on the battlefield, each player returns all cards named Mir Servitor from their graveyard to the battlefield. That is really good. If you can sack 3 of them and keep 1 on the field, then the next turn you get them back. Juggernaut is a 4-drop, 5/3 Juggernaut with it attacks each turn if able and can't be blocked by walls. And it's just an artifact. Hedron Crawler, 2-drop. You can tap it to add colorless mana. Really, really useful. Syndicate Trafficker, pay 1, sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on Syndicate Trafficker. It gains indestructible until the end of turn. That can be really useful. Now, I will say the one thing this deck doesn't really have that I remember, and we'll see if I'm wrong here in a second, is evasion. But I guess that doesn't really matter whenever you can ping your opponent straight through for 4 just for sacking an artifact, which this deck can make a ton of. Because if you got 4 Marionette Masters, you could make 3, 6, 9 servos in addition to having 1 Marionette Master that pings for 4. And if you've got all of them on the field, I'm pretty sure every time 1 artifact creature dies, 3 of them ping for 1, the other one pings for 4. That's a total of 7 damage you're pinging your opponent for when 1 creature dies. Do it again in that 14, baby. Just keep on pinging your opponent. I don't think it says activates only once each turn. Weaponcraft Enthusiast, 2 and a black for an Aetherborn Artificer, Fabricate 2. There's another one. You get more servos. Or you can get +1/+1 for each. You got 2 of those. And then we have a Witch's Cottage, which enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more swamps. When it enters the battlefield untapped, you can put target creature card from your graveyard on the top of your library. Pretty solid. We got 4 of those. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... 20 swamps for a total of 24 lands. But, yeah, that's the deck, guys. That's the deck. And this is called Black Metal, and I understand 100% why. It is because it has a lot of black creatures and artifact creatures, and, the artifacts are kind of the metal, I guess. And it does some really cool stuff. What do you guys think about this deck? What do you think? What is your favorite card in this deck? Mine, honestly, is the Syndicate Trafficker because, 1, I love that art. It kind of makes me think a little bit of like weird, evil Deadpool, and it's just a fun little deck. Lots of removal, and I'm starting to discover that I love removal. It's very, very useful. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like, comment, consider subscribing, all that good junk. And I highly recommend you go check out the series, MTGG, where this deck gets played. And you can see how it performs. And let me know what you think. That's going to do it. Hope you guys have a good one.